Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me, Shon-Jhon, aka the Middleman CEO. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, smashing a thumbs up, as well as that notification bell down at the bottom. That way, every time I drop fire new content, because I know you like it, because you're back, you will be the first to know. So also, if you don't mind, let somebody else know about this channel. All I want to do is change the way you think about money, change the way you think about earning money, and hopefully give you some advice or a different perspective that could potentially change your life. I don't know about you, but I want to live my best life right now. I don't want to work hard for the rest of my life and then sit around after retirement, struggling financially and waiting to die. That ain't how I want to live. I don't want to go through this life not using the gifts I've been given, not using the talents I've been given, not connecting and meeting the people I've been given. I want to live my best life for the rest of my life, and I want to do it now. And so if you're that type of person, you think the way I do, and you're like, hey man, teach me something that could put me and my family in the best financial position possible, because it is straight struggle life out here for the past 3, 4, 5 years. And I don't think it's getting any better. Will the economy crash? That's up to you, because a recession is voluntary, in my opinion. The reason I say that and mean it that way is because if you're making $80,000 or less right now, you're probably feeling the pinch of the recession. But if you're making 140, 150, 160 or more, you're not feeling recession. That's why I say it's voluntary. Your income is going to determine whether or not you feel the recession. So if you're making a lot of money, 6 figures and up, the gas prices aren't going to affect you. The food prices don't matter, right? There are some people, houses are way overpriced, I know. But there are people out there still buying houses. Why? Because inflation doesn't hurt them. Housing prices overpriced, doesn't matter to them. So what do? Well, glad you asked. You put yourself in a financial position where those things don't affect you either, right? And so that's what I want to share with you today. Hopefully this blesses you. So what I want to do is I want to talk about a couple or 3 companies that you know, and I know you know it. You know these companies, you're familiar with them, and we're going to call them out. We're going to expose them, and we're going to talk about them really quickly. So company 1, Uber. You guys know Uber? Sure you do. Company number 2, Airbnb. Company number 3. I don't know if I can spell it all out. We'll just put Instacart. Hopefully you guys can see that. So we're going to talk about these 3 companies: Uber, Airbnb, and Instacart. And the reason we're going to talk about these companies is because these companies gave us, and it's only right that I do it in blue, they gave us the blueprint. So before you build a house, before we built our house in 2020, oh man, spelled that wrong. So before we built our house, what is a blueprint? Okay, it must be something new. So before we built our house in 2020, before houses are built and laid out and whatnot, there's this thing called a blueprint, right? Which tells you how the house is designed, how it's supposed to be laid out, how everything's going to go, where it goes, and how it's going to look. And so a blueprint is just pretty much a look into the future, right? A layout, a map of this thing, right? And so in order for you to get it done properly, the way it's designed, you have to use a blueprint. So these companies, I don't know if you know, but these companies, I'll let you know. These companies combined are worth, I want to say about 20 billion. Probably more than that by now. Right? Probably a lot more than that by now. So these companies are worth billions and billions of dollars. In fact, I could be wrong about that. That could be one company. So these companies are worth billions. We'll just leave it at billions. These companies are worth billions of dollars. That's fine. I have no problem with that. They employ a lot of people. A lot of people make a living doing these things. I'm good with that. I don't recommend it because I ain't putting no strangers in my back seat. I don't know them, and I don't know what kind of day they had. But hey, to each his own. All right, so these companies are worth billions. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at their blueprint and what makes these companies successful, right? So here's what these companies do. These companies are what I call middleman companies, hence the word middleman. So these companies are middleman companies, and they do these 3 things. These companies find customers. They do a great job at finding customers. And then as soon as they find a customer, they find a business or someone who operates like a business by providing a service. And then what do these companies do? They come right here in the middle and they match these companies. They match the customer to the business. I call that a middleman, right? So you hook up your friend and with another friend, you're the middleman, right? So these companies essentially find customers, find businesses, and then match them as a middleman and make money in the gap. So whenever a customer matches with a business, a transaction is made, and Uber gets paid right here. I call that gap commission. So this company gets paid the gap. So the example would be for Uber. We'll use Uber as an example. That's fine. Uber does this. Uber finds a rider, and then Uber finds a driver. Someone who has a vehicle and is looking to find a passenger so they can drive them around and make some money. That's fine. Again, not for me, but it might be fine for you. I ain't putting no strangers in my car. So a rider and a driver. Uber finds someone who needs a ride. Then they find someone who's willing to drive. Right? And so they match the two. And then they get in the car or whatever. We'll just do a little Flintstone car right there. We know that's a Tesla, right? Because it says T on the side. And whenever they meet up and match in this vehicle, then a transaction is made, a match is made, and Uber gets paid. So Uber gets paid in the gap every time a connection is made. Not just Uber, Instacart, Airbnb. Airbnb doesn't own the home. They don't own the tenant, right? But when someone wants to find a temporary place to stay, Airbnb matches them, gets paid in the gap. So when a transaction is made, you get paid. Match is made, you get paid. And so when I was looking at this, I was like, wait a minute, we're doing all this hard work, but these companies are worth billions of dollars and they don't do any of the hard work. And so what I did is I found a way to take this, because this is literally what these companies do to the tunes of billions of dollars. Well, you don't have to make billions of dollars. You don't even have to make millions. If you can make 50, 60, 100 grand a year doing this, to me, it's worth it, right? And so what I do is I came along and I said, hey, this is a perfect blueprint. In fact, I'm going to borrow it legally because it doesn't belong to them. They all do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my own middleman business where I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find a customer who needs a service. I'm going to match them and get paid, right? And so I started my own successful middleman business in 2020. In 2020, I made, in my first year, struggling, didn't know what I was doing, making a lot of mistakes, I made $77,000. Fast forward to 2024, just 4 years later, I'm on pace to do $350,000. I know it's not a million, but it's still not bad. I've never made that before, so I feel great about it, right? So $350,000 this year, 350 grand changes your life. It blesses you. It blesses those around you. It changes your lifestyle, gives you your time back. If you think the money's good, I'll let you know what my favorite thing is. My favorite thing is I can do it from my phone. I don't have to be at work. I don't need a job. I can be anywhere in the world and still do this as long as I have my phone. I can still make money. So I make, on average, about $150 every time I book a job. So every time a transaction is made through me, I take about $150 out of the deal. The business gets the rest. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. I take my money up front. I make $150. Now, if I only did that, or if you did this and you let me teach you how to do it and you only did it 2 times a day, just 2 times a day, that's it. 10 minutes of work. Then you've got, because you could get contacted through email, text, or a phone call. Phone calls take the longest because you have to talk. The email and text, just typing. But a customer, say you only get 2 customers a day. Now you made $300 that day. Not bad. You work 5 days a week because you're like me, you like to have time off, make $1,500 a week, and at the end of the month, you made $6,000, which means at the end of the year, you're on pace to do $72,000, which is about what I did the first year. $72,000 your first year. Not bad. You can keep your job. That's up to you. I don't like selling time for money. I'm not telling you quit your job. I'm telling you, learn this, make enough money to replace your job income, and then you can quit your job, right? Do it the smart way and the right way, okay? And so, but I took the same blueprint, turned it into my own middleman business. So I middleman for the moving industry, and I'm middleman for the home cleaning industry. And we're going into the website design industry, and I don't know how to do websites. I don't know how to clean your house, and I'm not. And I'm not moving anybody's furniture. I hate that. But there are companies out there who already do it. I'm not driving you around. There are people out there who already do it. That's what Uber said. I'm not driving you around. There's guys and girls out there with cars already who's willing to do it. I'll just find them a customer to put them in the car, a rider for the driver, and then I'll charge them a fee every time a connection is made. So if you want to learn how to do this, and at a different level, meaning that I'll teach you how to personalize this, so you're only doing this for certain industries, and then I'll teach you how to branch out and grow into different industries. But if you want to learn how to do this, I'm with you. So I want to teach you how to build your own middleman business, right? If you want financial freedom, if that matters to you and you're sick of going to work for a job and you don't trust that job and you know it ain't loyal, they can fire you any day, then you need your own middleman business. If you want your time back, you're tired of selling time for money, and you're like, man, I just want to enjoy my life and not always be stressed out financially, you need your own middleman business. If you're missing all your children's events and you can't be there and they're like, Mom, Dad, I wish you were there, you're missing this, and you know how frustrating and stressful that is, and you don't get that time back, that's a fact, then you need to start your own middleman business so you can get lifestyle freedom. Do what you want when you want. Time freedom. Your time belongs to you. You're free to do whatever you want to do, right? And financial freedom. Hey, we're not worried about bills. We're not worried about inflation. Not worried about recession. We're making money. We're doing good. We're using our phone to do it. All we have to do is scale up each time and we make more and more. If you want to learn how to do that, if you're somebody that's going, that's exactly what I want to learn how to do, then all you have to do is join me in the free live training. If you give me about 45 minutes, I'm going to teach you how I did it and how I started my business and built my business to $350,000 this year. So if you want to learn how to do it, I made $77K my first year. Didn't even know what I was doing. You should be able to do better than that because you got me, somebody that can help you. I didn't have that. But if you want to learn how to do it, there's only one thing you need to do right now. Type the word middleman in the comments below. If you do that, you're going to get an invite, hopefully, because I'm limiting the amount of people that can be there. So please get there early if you get that invite. If not, you're going to be left out. And if you don't get the invite, that means you're too late. So put the word middleman in the comments below. And I am going to, well, if I don't, my assistant will. She's going to reach out, send you an invite, and you better act on it quickly because that 45 minutes is going to bless you and change your life, right? I'm going to teach you what I do and how you can do it to be financially free, lifestyle free, and more importantly, above all, time free, because life is about time. It's the only thing you're running out of, and you'll never get it back. So my advice to you, stop selling it all. Get it back. Buy it back. How do you do that? Create another source of income using your phone. Change your life. It's changed my life. I just hope it changes yours. Let me teach you how to do it. I'm Shon-Jhon, aka the Middleman CEO. See you guys in the live training. Put middleman in the comments. Stay blessed by the best. Peace. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.